What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It is episode number 64. They can't keep getting away with this. Oh man, I love that reference. Breaking Bad, what a show. But what a dramatic draw away in Spain against Villarreal in our last game. Coming back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 in the Europa League, ensuring we're still in the top 8 right now in the Europa League phase. Automatic qualification spots in the last 16, and of course, crucially as well, still undefeated in all competitions. So heading into today's episode, we'll play Aston Villa in match day 6. Really looking forward to that, and also all these Serie A games here as we get through to the January transfer window. As you see, Bellini's injury is just a bruise, but with our small squad and the injuries we've had this season, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to make at least 1, 2, or maybe even 3 signings to give us peace of mind with the squad depth. So a third way through the season, jumping into our first game. It is Venezia at home right now, 5 clear of Napoli and 6 clear of Juve in third place, and the only undefeated side in the Serie A. We've said all along, it's not going to last forever, but we're taking it game by game and just trying to stay where we are right now in pole position. First game, Venezia at home, Forza Bologna. Yeah, I'm not really a big TV watcher, I'll be honest. Back in the day, sure, when I was younger, I was a big Simpsons fan, hence why I'm always dropping Simpsons references, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, probably my all-time favourite. But Breaking Bad, my friends used to say to me all the time, oh mate, you gotta watch it, it's so good, it's so good. And it says about everything, you know, Game of Thrones, The Wire, and so on. And I was like, nah. During lockdown, when I still had Netflix, I was like, alright, I've got a bit more time, can't go to the gym as frequently, I'll give it a go. And I see why they were so big on it. It was so good, man, honestly. Some great references. I've got dipping sticks. You know. But anyway, right now, goal down here, and I need to cook, because at the moment, this is going to be our first loss of the season. It was coming, but I didn't think it was going to come here. Scope. Hassan with Raimondo ahead. He'll find him. And big Italian holds it up and feeds through the Tanzanian, who, well, he's going to win a throw. Or no, instead decides to take it himself. Hassan! Great awareness, fantastic work from the youngster. And he feeds another younger player, Sarkisian, who's been our player of the season. I thought for sure that was going to drop behind for a throw in there, but how often do we say this, man? The conditions in this year's FC, and I hate how the default seat colour has gone to green, the conditions in this year's FC have never played more of an impact. That ball in any other FC would have trickled out of play, but on this soaking wet turf, almost waterlogged pitch, it holds up and doesn't go out of touch. The conditions, man, I know I keep going on about it like a broken record, but it just goes to show you how important they are. As Giovanni finds Cancellieri. It'd have a dig from range, easy save and cleared. Yeah, I know a lot of people only listen to my videos and stick it on in the background whilst they're studying or working or whatever. So for those of you that don't see visually what I'm talking about, when you always hear me nattering on, oh, the conditions. You know, those are the moments right there where it's like, if you haven't bought this year's FC, you can see with your own two eyes. I'm not exaggerating. They genuinely are that impactful this year, you know. It's because it's hard to describe just how, oh, look at that, how much of an effect they have unless you're actually playing this year's FC, you know. So when you see a moment like that, it kind of, I don't know, sums up my point, if you will. But anyway, 1-1. Oh, no. Oh, bottled it, absolutely bottled it. There it is, and it was going to come at some point, but I've just given it away. First loss of the season. It was coming. And we weren't always going to get away with it, Jesse. There's our first loss. Oh, so frustrating. Oh, right from kickoff, giving it away. It's going to be free. What an absolute bottle. Wow. And it was coming, but it shouldn't have come here. At home, against the side right now, only just above the bottom 3. Second goal, quite unfortunate. Third goal, just gave the ball away and they ran straight through. That is an awful, absolutely awful way to have your first loss, man. Seriously, I can't stand that. You know, there's games where you lose, but you've played really well. You've just been beaten by the better team. There's games where you lose and you've just been really, really unlucky. There's games where you lose and there's been an individual one-off error. these things happen, you know, but when you've had a game where you've performed poorly, where you should have won, that's unacceptable. It's okay to lose when you've put in a good shift and done well, just things didn't go your way. That happens, that's life. But in moments like that, those are the losses that always frustrate me more than any other, man, because there's no excuse for that. Absolutely no excuse. Whilst we might be top, the gap is cut to 2, whilst we do have the game in hand. Got to return to winning ways in this one away against Atalanta before that match day 6 of the Europa League phase against Aston Villa as well. This is a really important one. How often do we say it, man? Everyone's going to have a loss from time to time, but the key is how you respond. If you can pick yourself up, learn the lessons, move on, and put it right in the next one, all is forgiven. But if that loss spirals out of control, that is when you've got big problems. Atalanta away, Forza Bologna. Yeah, losses are a part of life, man. It's unavoidable. Like, you know, you're always going to have moments of failure, and you've got to accept that, you know. But again, the key is just not to dwell on it completely, but also not to repeat the same mistakes that caused that loss in the first place. Or, again, if you have been beaten, but you've done everything right, which again is the hardest loss, but you have to accept it, well, in that case, don't get too down about it. Just put it right in the next one. Oh, Heung-min Son. Oh. I'm giving him an extension, man. Seriously. He's outplaying Raimondo right now. Oh, sorry. Just had to concentrate there. I had to concentrate. Sometimes I say this often, man, but like if you hear me go quiet, it's because, you know, like I'm fully focused. You know, there's that meme of the guy playing the game, and he's like sort of slumped in his chair, and then there's an arrow to the next slide, and then he's like really sat up and concentrating. That's me in the moments when I go quiet, man, because I can't multitask very well, so I've got to concentrate with all my mind. Sarkisian, once again, 2 into. This dude is an absolute baller. And out of all the young players we've got here, including Moses Hassan on the left, this Armenian is the best by far, man. He is a superstar in the making. Yes, Hassan's ears are burning. Oh, 42 pace. He ain't going to get away. Who was the team he scored that solo goal against? I want to say it was West Ham. Do you remember Heung-min Son? He like ran through. Oh, great save, Michelle. He like ran through from like the halfway line. Maybe it was Burnley. I can't remember. But we won't be seeing Son do that ever again. He's a heck of a player. But yeah, we ain't going to see him do that again now. He's 38 years old in this save. He's not got that pace anymore. Even if he does have the end product. Anyway, what a start to the game here. It's 1-1, but take your pick on what the scoreline could be. It's been that action-packed. Son! Blocked and put behind for a corner. This is ridiculous, man. Still leading by 1, but this could easily be about 4-3 at this point. Chances galore, just waiting for the second goal. Oh, where's that final whistle? Where's that final whistle? Last chance headed away, and that is going to do it. As we will have a return to winning ways. First half, fantastic. Nothing going on in the second. It does not matter one bit as we grind out the 1-0 win. And that's personal growth right there, man. Seriously. You know, that loss to Venezia, the old me would have just dwelled on that consistently, constantly, beating myself up about it no end, and not learned from the mistakes. The new me, with that personal growth, understands it's a one-off, and it doesn't have to spiral out of control. Back to winning ways, exactly what we needed. Yeah, goodness gracious me. I mean, seriously, sometimes I'm really, you know, doom and gloom and down on myself and beating myself up. But sometimes I do need to recognise that, you know, whilst I certainly haven't grown in a lot of areas, unfortunately, there are certain things I've certainly improved on. And I think that is one of those things. The old me used to catastrophize constantly, man. Any little thing, I blew it out of proportion. I don't know whether that's my constantly anxious mindset or being a bit of a perfectionist. I'm not too sure. But now it's like, no. It's a one-off. It doesn't have to be worse than that. Just make sure you don't repeat those mistakes and put it right. And we certainly did that. Right, following game anyway, staying home, or I should say returning home, but returning to matters in the Europa League. Aston Villa, match day 6. Right now, second in the Europa League phase, and like us, undefeated through 5 games. But a win here will see us leapfrog them, and I think possibly wrap up a top 8 place with 2 games to go. Let's get back-to-back wins here and get back in good form. Forza Bologna. Yes, things are rarely as bad as we make them out to be, you know, because it's how we've evolved as human beings. It's like, you know, we don't, you know, hear rustling sounds from the bush 10 feet behind us and think, oh, I bet it's my best friend, you know. It's like we've evolved to believe it's a scary lion that's going to eat us, you know. We've evolved to believe that it's the worst thing imaginable, because it's how we've survived. It's how we've managed to elude danger, if you will, by always thinking the worst thing and thinking it's fear. But now in our lives, we don't really need to be as fearful as maybe we once were, you know, because of our, I guess now, more positions of comfort, if you will, or perceived comfort. So I think that once we understand that things aren't as bad as we might make them out to be, as Raimondo is denied, that's when we can start to flourish and perform with a bit more freedom, knowing that there's a lot less fear than we actually assume there is in our mind. You know, I'm not as big on video games nowadays, but I love psychology, honestly, like seriously. Even if I am to leave YouTube, I'd still love to make videos where I just talk about psychology. That's what I find the most interesting. As Raimondo is denied, and it's still... Oh, God, what a gift. Keeper dropped it and I just couldn't squeeze it in. I just don't have the time anymore. I really don't. It's so frustrating how, like, the things I used to absolutely love doing, I just literally cannot get the time anymore as Raimondo hits the post. Clearance drops to Cancellieri. His shot's blocked and claimed. But, like, you know, when it comes down to video games, like Spider-Man, like my favourite game ever, loved it. Played for the remaster, loved it that much. I haven't even played the second one yet. I ain't got the time for it. It's been out for a year, and I still haven't played it. I just can't get the time for anything anymore. Seriously, adulthood it's a scam. You've got no time at all. Free kick right on the edge. I've scored, I think, is it 3 or 4 in the save now? And like I said before, I do feel I'm getting slightly better, and this really should hit the back of the net here. Who's got the most power? Cancellieri, it appears. So in that case, I'm going to let him take it as we look for the opening goal. God, smash it, surely. I mean, from this range here, hard to get it up and over the wall, but I'm sure it's just belt it. Oh, no. What? There was a time limit on free kicks offline. I knew it was online. I didn't know it was offline as well. Are you kidding me? Who's going to mind? The AI? Come on. I said blast it. I didn't mean blast it out of the stadium. Oh, why didn't I realise there was a time limit on offline free kicks? Come on. I guess it makes sense, because you can just, like, time waste until the final whistle, couldn't you? Say you were leading 1-0, you get a free kick in the 60th minute there, you could just not take it, and eventually the clock would run out. But oh man, see, I was literally just about to press the circle button as well. Promise, hand on heart. Oh dear, oh dear. What was this about getting good at free kicks, Doxy boy? Didn't even realise, didn't even shoot in a time limit. I mean, that is one of the most embarrassing moments of the save. Well, I think it's safe to say the Bologna hype train is definitely starting to slow down a little bit, if not come to a stop. We've had our first loss. We've now only had 1 win in our last 4 in all competitions, back-to-back draws in Europe. And with 2 games to go, we might need to win them both to finish in a top 8 place. Yeah, we're still doing really well and better than I expected, so I've got to keep it in perspective, but definitely starting to slow down a little bit as we approach the January window. Still top of the Serie A on the back of the win against Atalanta, 4 clear in Napoli, and have the game in hand as well. But after our loss to Venezia and only 1 win in our last 4 in all competitions, we really need to go on a run as we approach the winter break. Let's start here. Salernitana away in Salerno. Forza Bologna. Yeah, come on, let's try and pull away, seriously. Good bounce back against Atalanta. Villa, of course, a European game, but disappointing to not have back-to-back wins. But back-to-back league wins? That's still going to feel good. As Bellini finds Giovanni. His effort from range palmed away, flicked back in by Koleosho, and headed clear as Son was weighing at the back post. It will drop to Sarkisian. There's Heung-min Son. Gets it back and fires it wide as Sarkisian stayed down. Hopefully that's not more than a bruise, because he's too good to be absent for a long time, man. He's been a heartbeat of this team. Yeah, this is a Tigran Sarkisian fan club here. And if that is longer than a bruise, we're in trouble. Because oh, Michel, well saved, and it's just smashed into the side net there. But, yeah, he's that good. Of all the players to go down, no one more impactful than this Armenian. Bellini to Fabian, great ball, Sarkisian! Who else? Tigran! Even on one leg, I'd still have in my team. This guy is incredible, man. And honestly, I said it, and I know I say it every time he scores, but when I saw him at Palermo when I first came in, I was like, there is no way I am letting him stay in the Serie B or go elsewhere. He is going to be one of my first signings with this Bologna team. Of all the young players we've brought in, I just knew this guy would probably be the best of the bunch, man. He's got everything. And he's got another goal, as he's our top scorer this year. And that's why we can't afford to have him out for a long time. Still leading by one, just trying to grind this out here like in Bergamo. That cross to the far post is headed up in the air. Coyote needs to win it and does. And we shall get the danger away with who else but Tigran. He's just that good. And it's, you know, when you've got a young team, it always feels like one stands out above the rest. And in this team, it is definitely Sarkisian. Hassan, Michel, Bellini, Kovacevic, we inherited, all really solid. But Sarkisian is a cut above. It's always the way. There's always one that's just a little bit special. And that is Tigran. I'm in love with this kid, man. He's phenomenal. Yep, he is well on his way to becoming the best box-to-box midfielder in the world. I am that confident. Forged in Palermo, made in Bologna. Maybe ending up at the Bernabeu, I don't know, but for now he's going absolutely nowhere, man. I gave Kovacevic the armband, I probably should have given it the Armenian. He really is that good. Fingers crossed that is just a bruise as he played the whole 90. Touch wood, come on. Yeah, let's have a quick look as we get back to the main menu on the back of a return to winning ways. And to be fair, no losses in our last three now on the back of the loss to Venezia and 2 wins from 3 as well. So certainly responding on the back of the loss there. That's what you got to do. And it's not in the task list, so that does give me some confidence. But if we go to notifications and it'll be in the archive, it's just a bruise. Just a bruise. Thank goodness for that, man. He's honestly, I have to say, out of all the young players he brought in, I think Michel deserves his flowers for another clean sheet there, as you see. 8 in 16 now, and 2 in the 6 European games he started as well. But Kovacevic has been solid, 11 clean sheets in 22. He's got a goal as well. Bellini's been alright. Hassan's been decent, but none better than this lad. 8 goals and 5 assists in 21 games, also helping out in defence as well. He's averaging almost a goal every 2 games in the Serie A. From midfield, I mean, what is this, Frank Lampard reincarnated, let alone Mkhitaryan? I mean, honestly, he's a goal scorer in CM, and he's the complete package. He will be the best box-to-box in the world in a few years, I'm sure of that. Right, let's do 2 more as we'll close out December today and almost reach the official halfway stage of the league season. Hopefully with just the 1 loss, but 14 wins out of 18 games. Yeah, let's go for back-to-back wins to end the episode off, and 3 straight in the Serie A as well. Following contest Genoa at home as we play host to 3rd place right now. We've got a game in hand on Milan and a 3-point gap as well, meaning if we win this, we'll go 6 clear of AC Milan and a whopping 9 clear of Genoa in 3rd place as well. Welcoming them to the Stadio Renato Dall'Ara, going for our back-to-back wins and 3rd win in 4 for Bologna. Don't get it twisted, this is a good Bologna side as we know, and so top 4 at this stage, yeah, I probably thought that was, well, more than doable. Really, that's what my minimum expectation was, as Raimondo was denied by Rajkovic. But to still be top, I mean, once we got it, we just never let it go, and that's the thing. The question is, can we hold on to it for what is still a whole of the second half of the season as Kovacevic heads wide? Yeah, it's great to be where we are, still leading the way, but there's a long way to go. Yeah, I'm not going to be gutted if we can't hold on to this. It's the first season of a rebuild, but... oh, that's got to be at least a booking. Oh, mate, no. That is definitely longer than a bruise. That looks like a broken toe for me. Sarkisian, always in the wars, man. This dude is a fighter, but that is definitely, I would say, a broken toe. Might as well keep him out there then for now, but that is going to be a big blow when we get the official details. We definitely won't be staying top for much longer if that is what I fear it will be. Tigran, man, absolutely love him. But that is definitely, I'd say, a broken toe. His Friendship offloads, and the shot is well saved by Michel and turned behind for a corner. Urbanski is just coming back from that long-term injury. Haven't seen him yet since he went down during the Euros at the start of the season, but or is it? That's the World Cup, sorry. But even so, that's a big blow, or it will be a big blow, unless we get lucky once again. And I have not had an answer for Genoa in this game, man. It's been such a difficult one. Still time to win it, but oh, Rajkovic with the save and cleared away. It's been a game of few chances. Kodiosho also denied. Couple of great saves by the Serbian. And I think that ensures Genoa will claim a big point as they try and stay in the title race. Huffed and puffed, but just couldn't find a breakthrough. And that is going to do it. Yep, 2 goalless draws in 3 games. Only 2 goals scored in our last 4. Definitely starting to slow down, no doubt about that. We're missing Sissoko, man, big time. The youngster we brought in up top. And as we get towards the halfway stage, I think we're now guaranteed to be top heading into January, but we're definitely starting to slow down a little bit. And as for the injury for Sarkisian as well, as we get back to the main menu, that definitely looked a lot longer than the bruise. You can always tell by the animation, I say it all the time, but like if a player bounces straight back up, it's almost always a bruise. But if it's a little bit longer for them to get back to their feet, yeah, that's when you know. That's when you know. If they're up in seconds, guarantee it's probably going to be a bruise. Sometimes you're unlucky, but if it takes a while for them to get back off the turf, chances are it's 4 weeks or 3 months. In this case, it is the latter. Well, we might be top, but we ain't staying top for much longer. No doubt about that. Of all the players to go down, that was the one we could not afford. Right, let's jump into our final game today. Heading into this one, our final one before the January window opens. It is Monza away from home. And again, we are still top. We are still top, but now missing the Armenian box-to-box. Well, someone else is now going to step up out there and deliver us the goals if we are to stay clear of the chasing pack. Monza away, our final game of December, getting through to match day 19 and the January window. Forza Bologna. Oh, it's another injury. It's like Lewis has gone down. My goodness gracious me. Well, that again is definitely going to be longer than the bruise. I think the stretch is going to have to come on as well, because that is a tough one. Man, oh man. But the thing is to start the season off, yes, we've had our injuries, but of course, again, it's worth pointing out, this is realistic. We're a small squad that are playing every single week and also in midweek with European games as well. This is going to happen. And I know I often talk about this, but like, it's realistic. I know it's frustrating. I know it's difficult. But when I get asked for tips on how to make the game more enjoyable, obviously, play it however you want. But to me, if you do want a bit more of a challenge, a bit more realism, a bit more immersion, this is it. Up those injury sliders. Play around with them, try and find a setting that works for you. But to me, as frustrating as this is, it is realistic for us to have players going down as Durasanimi is left all alone at the far post for a free volley. Monza in front and Bologna are imploding. Okay, now I'm starting to worry. No doubt about that. I mean, we talk about form all the time and how important it is as Son couldn't get a shot away. And this is the thing, when you're in good form, moments like that, they hit the back of the net. They hit the back of the net and you get yourself a goal. But when you're in bad form, I mean, put it this way, Monza away, like if we were in the run that we had earlier this season and taking them on here, I have no doubt we'd win this game with or without Sarkisian. But in the form we're in now, I'm not surprised we're a goal down and can't even get a chance. This is just how tough it is at times, as Urbanski is denied at the near post. Form, man, it's so hard to battle. I mean, when you're doing well, it's fine. But when you're not, this. It's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. When things are going well, they are great. When things are going bad, it is disastrous. Welcome to form in career mode. It is one or the other. And right now, unfortunately, we've experienced both sides of the coin. We were all smiles recently, and now It is clinical depression. Doxy Boy knows it too well. Dear oh dear. It's going to be another loss. It is going to be 2 losses in our last 6 games. Sarkisian down, Rico Lewis down, and Bologna starting to fall apart. And of course with the Rico Lewis injury as well, I'd imagine that's probably... Oh, come on. Probably going to be... Yeah, winning Casadei wins the header. Probably going to be longer than a 4-week or a 3-month. That might be a season ender. Thank goodness the January window's opening right after this, because Lord knows... Can you pick the ball up? Because Lord knows we need it. This is it now. I never got to get the ball. Got to get the ball, or it's going to be our first away day defeat this season. And a really disappointing way to end the calendar year. As that shot flashes wide, it means with 2 minutes to go, we'll have one last chance to build from the back. Let's turn. Son, oh, all the players, man. Son has come up clutch a couple of times this season. Just couldn't squeeze it in. And that will do it. 1 win in our last 4 games. 2 wins in our last 7. There is no doubt about it. Bologna's train has definitely started to slow down. We'll still be top heading into January, but with Sarkisian down, Lewis probably out for the season now. All I'm saying is this: thank God the January window is about to open. Yep, as we get back to the main menu, we'll take one quick look and end the episode there. And fingers crossed it will not be a season ender, but I feel very confident it will be. No, it's not, thank goodness. The AA gods are smiling on us there. Dislocated shoulder, out for 2 months. It's still not ideal. Imagine saying that, though, whilst he's literally lying there on a stretcher. Oh, thank God for that, mate. You've only dislocated your shoulder. But it could have been worse. That's the thing, Rico. So that will do it for today's episode, guys. Massive thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please do drop a like. If you'll have a fantastic day. And there we go. As the January window opens, we see the Ducore deal go through. He's off and returning back to Premier League. He went for, was it 21 mil in the end? Was it 21 mil we got for Ducore? Oh, God. The menus are so laggy, honestly. It doesn't even say it there. But, yeah, I think that the menus aren't as bad as we first thought they were to begin with. But they're certainly still hard to navigate. But anyway, our budget is going to be £38 million to work with in this January window, and no doubt about it, with Lewis now down for 2 months, Sarkisian done for free as well, we are going to need to make some signings in that next episode of January window now opening, because right now, I wouldn't say we're down to the bare bones, but we're very close to being there, that's for sure. But that'll do it for today's episode, guys. Massive thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much of you all have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with more games in this area. I aim to get back to a winning run of form as AC Milan cut the gap on us to 3 points. And I think we'll have match day 7 or possibly 8 of the Europa League phase, where win back-to-back and we will at least avoid the playoff. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.